Today we're going to start about Titusville to Fernandina, mile marker 878 to 717. Same foil you saw yesterday. All the foils are covered in the Waterway Guide Explorer webpage or as part of any of the three apps that support Waterway Guide, and in my cruising guide, which I just updated with all the same maps you're about to see. And of course, always pay attention to the ICW Facebook page. You'll see a lot of recent data that will pop up right on that page. You will see a blue dotted line on all charts. That was my fall 2019-2020 track from Hampton down to Key West. It is available for free download, and it's the subject of part 2 of a presentation coming up. There will be a new track available when I do go north this spring. Until then, the old tracks remain available. Okay, going north out of Titusville, there's really no problem. But let me make one comment. If you look at the sonar chart depths for the area from Titusville until you reach the Hall Over Bridge, you'll see depths indicated of 6 to 7 feet right in the middle of the channel. Those depths are inaccurate. I don't know why they're inaccurate, but they are. You actually have about 10 feet all the way through there if you stay in the middle of the channel. So moving on from that, Nassau Beach is coming up. I take the sheephead cut all the time. It's never shoaled. It's always about 10 to 12 feet deep. The official ICW route is shown, let me show you here. That's the official ICW route, but it's always shoaling, especially around this area here. You never know what you're going to run into and whether or not it's been dredged recently. So I just take this route and never have a problem. And moving on to the next chart. Here's Ponce de Leon. It's been dredged and it seems to be holding up pretty well. You'll notice that the line takes a big curve and does not go that way because they're shoaling on the red side. Now in the past, there have been times when this area has been closed up entirely. I do not believe that to be the case now, but if it ever does, one route I've taken in the past, actually go that and go that way. That bypasses this little circle of shoaling that seems to build up. That's the way you'll see all the locals go when they go fishing for the day. They'll come zooming through there and just go out that way. But for now, just follow the blue line. It should have about 8 to 9 feet at least, and it should not be a problem. Just follow, go in the middle of the line. Notice you don't want to hug. You could run into a shoal right there. The next one is same inlet, but up by R2 and R2A. This is a problem area right in here usually. It's been dredged. You should see about 10 feet, meanwhile water. Again, the blue dotted line should be good to follow. Going further north, Halifax River by R68A. All you do is give the red buoy a large pass by R68A. Just stay off it. You see the blue line coming this way, and the channel has been shoaled in quite a bit around the edges. You don't want to hit A. Just give A a wide berth and you won't have a problem. Now, Fort Matanzas. Fort Matanzas has been dredged. The chart you see here is an old chart. They have not done a survey yet. People who have gone through it have reported there's no green buoys to follow anymore. All you have are the red ones, and you essentially go right down the middle. The blue dotted line should still be good. They don't pile dredging into the old channel. They take it somewhere else to the beach. So there shouldn't be any less than what I saw in the past, which was 7-8 feet. People have gone through recently reported seeing about 10 feet being low water all the way across the channel, so it should not be a problem anymore. Now you're looking at Pablo Creek, the Atlantic Boulevard, just above the bridge where you have those crazy currents. All you want to do is just avoid this area. You see that black line is the recommended channel with the magenta line. Just swing out around it and you'll have deep water. Now here's a famous area that caught a lot of boaters, including myself, when I first came down in the spring. It was uncharted. The shoal built up rather rapidly, and there was no buoys. But what you see now is an easy passage by just following the blue line, and it avoids all the shoal areas, and you get 15 to 20 feet all the way. No longer a problem. It's handy having that blue dotted line because this area tends to be somewhat hazy and foggy, and so sometimes it's hard to see those buoys, and they're small. They're not big ones. Easy to miss when you're also trying to look out for large ships coming down the channel. No problem until you get up to Sisters Creek, and all you have to do here is just favor the green side somewhat, and you'll have 8 to 9 feet of water. There's a shoal in through there that you can get in trouble if you try and actually go like that. Just get over to the red side a little bit and you'll be fine. Salt Pit Creek has been dredged. Now here you see a typical tendency. When they dredge an area, they do not dredge the entire width of the channel. They dredge what they're paid to dredge, which is just by the old ICW channel. And the old ICW channel, you see, is right there. They don't dredge all this stuff. It remains. And in the past, if you are an old fan of ICW in the past, we used to come down like this because all this was red mark and was too shallow. But now with it being dredged, follow the blue line and you don't have a problem for 10 feet. Just don't drift off anyway where you could have a problem. Nassau River, this is coming out. Now all this used to be a shoal. This all was a shoal. And they dredged that, and now you can cut straight across and aim for R43, 46 rather. For some reason, unknown to me, they didn't dredge everything. So it is possible to run into a problem if you go the old way, which was to give R46 a wide berth. Well, don't do that. Just cut straight across and you don't have a problem, at least until it shoals in again. Now looking north of Amelia River, down here, this also used to be a shoal, but it's not anymore. That also was dredged. Go right between the two buoys and between R46 and R44. You have about 10 feet or more of water. But what I want to caution against, do not, under any circumstances, take the magenta line through here. I always see boats that are sitting right there waiting for high tide because it's not as deep as what the chart indicates. Now all that is very easy to bypass just by following the blue line. And it also shows the deep water on the NOAA charts, and for that matter on the Sono charts too. I'm backing out the drawings. Amelia River looks very easy, and it is actually. There's shoals on either side, but the blue line will get you through without any problem whatsoever, 10 to 12 feet. Also by G21. There's no problem here unless you start wanting to hug buoys. You don't want to hug these guys. No hug, no hug, no hug. Just follow the blue line, you'll be fine. But there is one 7-foot spot by 23 or so, right about in here. It's about 7 feet for a while. It also shows up on sonar chart. But you got 7 feet, and that's enough. You get by that. The rest of it's about 15 feet. Not a problem. Okay, the southern approach to Fernandina. First time ICW is getting in trouble here because they try to follow the chart. You'll notice the blue line will show you outside the channel, way to the left of the channel. But there's a clue here in the pictures. The clue here, you see this guy sitting right in the middle of the channel, and this guy seemingly way over in shoal. Well, the trouble is, this whole chart is, the base of the chart and GPS positioning is off. If we were to move the chart from right to left and keep the buoys where they're at, then that would present a true picture of what's actually there. This is one of the few places along the ICW that NOAA has not recalibrated their charts. But if you follow the blue line, there'll be no problem. Sonar chart is also good here because sonar chart is based back on users' GPS position by depth, and so they automatically cancel out any chart problem. Let me back out of the lines here. Fernandina used to be a trap for boats. There's a shoal here. There was a shoal here. Here you see the shoal. And boaters used to get caught all the time on these shoals. Well, that was solved by a repositioning of where the channel was located, and also by some minor dredging. And the blue dotted line goes down the middle of the dredged area. And it's helpful for where in a point do you want to cross over from the one side of the channel to the other side. What they need to do is put a buoy right there. And they haven't done that. There should be a buoy like right here to help you aim to get over, but they don't. But if you have a blue line, dotted line, you can follow it and get across without a problem. You can go through here at low tide and have at least 8, 9, 10 feet, often 20 feet. Now here's a close-up of the area on that same chart by R16. And this shoal here has been growing. So you're quite a distance away from R16, about 350 feet. The blue line goes right down the middle of the blue, which is where you want to be, and there's no problem. But if you come down this way, you're going to run into 5 and 6 feet of water and not have a happy time. And that's it for Fernandina. There'll be more coming up later today on the other sections of the ICW trip.